So one thing you got to be careful with these aluminum beds is the way you strap them down. So I put my straps right over top of where the dunnage is underneath, because with those aluminum beds, if you cinch them down too much, it can twist the bed and actually end up bending it or distorting it. So it's like a fine line between, you know, too tight and then not tight enough. Obviously, either I'd rather be over tight than under tight, but if that makes sense. But I just got to be careful, and especially with having those drop tailboards on the back, you have to be careful that the dunnage doesn't move underneath and then ends up causing your straps to come loose. But I just hopped out, checked them, we're good. Got about 40 miles left. Oh, it's a new day. It's a good day. It's Monday morning. Got a load of truck beds on here I'm going to show you guys. Just getting started. We loaded these this morning, and just got 3 of these flatbeds, but they have these well, I don't know what you want to call them. So you have to stack 3 of the 4x4s together on each one. So I'm hopping out to check the straps and make sure they're not screwed together or anything, because it's nice to have them unscrewed, like when you're trying to take them off and everything. So I'm just checking straps. I'm gonna go around and cinch everything up, but this is a short run. It's only 90 miles. I charge them $400 to do this 90 miles. So come back unloaded, you're still over $2 a mile, and I think these are like 700 pounds a piece or something. So it's not heavy. It's low and light. So $400 seems reasonable on something like that. And I'm gonna check these straps here, and we'll get back on the road. Delivery time. Somebody delivered a truckload of beds. It wasn't me. You know, this is why I never try to plan out a week, because everything just gets thrown in the blender and it is just messed up. Waiting on a call back, and I'll explain all that. But one thing that really frustrates me is when people want to get something moved, but it's not ready. Like, they call you and they're like, yeah, it's ready to go, blah, 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 this. And, oh, shoot. Hold on. Be right back. So it gets as far as, like, you call the customer at the pickup location, and either they don't answer, or whatever it is isn't ready yet. And that just happened to me on a car, which was gonna work out, I wouldn't say perfectly for this week, but it was gonna be okay. All right, well, we're unhooked and we're reloaded. Out of breath. I need hydraulic jacks. These are three salt spreaders, tailgate spreaders, for like a dump bed that they sell. Not this one, but one they sell. That's one location in Pennsylvania, and this one goes to New York. So I had already quoted them to take this one to New York. Just gonna throw a car on. Whew, I'm out of breath. And so they added this, so we negotiated the rate, so don't have to worry about picking up a car. 1 pick, 2 drops. I had to drop the trailer here in the backyard, just kind of on a hill, which didn't help. So now we got to go hook up to the we're gonna go get the single car enclosed, which is parked up here. So I was having issues with my trailer plug. It kept saying the trailer was disconnected. I think I figured out the problem. It's all right so far. We're also hooked up to the single car enclosed here. But what I wanted to say about earlier about the car not being ready, so headed out towards Ann Arbor, Michigan with a, I want to say 2010 Camaro. It's got a supercharger, a bunch of stuff done to it. I think Adam Kane Transport, I think he knows the guy that has the car. I think that's how we got hooked up. Anyways, so I'm picking that up, and I was gonna take the 2-car enclosed and put another car in there, but I got a call on a 1975 Rolls Royce Silver Shadow, I think, and it's in op and needed it to be enclosed. It was in Dayton, Ohio. So I'm like, huh, what's it pay? They told me what it paid, and it was good enough for me to just run the single car enclosed. Because of where the location of this car is, you're not going to get a 48 footer in there with a winch to be able to get to this. I found out it's actually in, he sent me the dispatch, it's actually in a like retirement village called like Friendship Village or something. And you know, I called them and they said it rolled brakes and steers, and it doesn't sound like it does any of that. So already kind of committed to leaving today with the single car, so I'm gonna have to find something on the way back. I told them once I heard the scenario of where it was and how you had to like do this and you might have to pull it out of this, I'm like, unless they're willing to pay for a rollback, like to be there on spot, I'm not interested. I just know how those things go. I've been in too many of those situations that I would rather take $150 to $200 less than run. It's 3 hours from Ann Arbor, so that's 3 hours of deadhead. I'd rather take that money that I would spend, you know, spend deadheading to make there than just grab something close to Ann Arbor and jet back and just, you know, find something that runs and drives. It's just less stress, and in turn the hours I'd have in it, or with, you know, with the delays or whatever the situation may be, it probably is going to turn out to the same amount of money. So sometimes you got to stop chasing that dollar figure and start looking at the time it's going to take to do that dollar figure, and then weigh your options from there. So we're gonna hop on the board, we'll find something. Sometimes you don't even need to find something that's enclosed. You can find something good from like ACV auctions or a Certus or something like that, that just like maybe is delivering in a funky area, like out of the way, which is perfect for the setup that I'm going to have out there, because I can get into odd and end places that are off the beaten path and not on a necessarily, well, not necessarily on a truck route. So that's kind of how my Monday's been going. But we got that load, the trailer dropped off, and that's going to be headed out Thursday. That's Albany, New York, which is 5 hours each way. So I can do that in a day, and it kind of makes better sense to do it that way, because then I'm not stressed for time on Thursday of getting back real quick. I can take my time and load cars in the Albany area, or freight, whatever I find, and then bring it back down, because I don't have to rush. I got 14 hours to do 10 hours of driving. If I can find cars around or back on my way, I don't have to hurry up and get home and rush back out the door. So it'll work out that way. From the flatbed to the enclosed, man, got this old girl tucked in here. I think it makes, like you said, like 600 horse. Supercharged, automatic car, pain in the butt to load, which got it up on the ramps and we loaded it with the winch because of how low it sits. And the there's a torque from it. Must have like pushed through the brakes, like just at idle, which doesn't sound like crazy. If I can get this door closed, hold on. Like, it doesn't sound crazy like with 600 horsepower, but just as soon as you let off the brakes, it just wants to move. So you're rocking the trailer back and forth. Loaded it on a steep driveway, steep gravel driveway. It was like trying to push the truck down the hill, but that's where he lived, and yada yada yada. So it's all right, made it work. This is off to Michigan. I'm not gonna lie, I'm on 275 at north in Michigan. This might be some of the worst roads. Even if I wasn't in a cabin chassis, some of these potholes, and I feel bad. I feel like the truck's getting destroyed right now as bad as they are. And you can't go anywhere because they're doing construction over here to the right. Yep, you know, other traffic here on the left, so. Anyways, and having a car in the enclosed trailer, which you can't see, I mean, it's strapped down tight. I've checked it 3 times on the way here. 2 times last night, and 3 times today, and it's been fine, but it's just, shoo. But yeah, we are about 10 minutes from delivery. See? Outside of Ann Arbor, Michigan. Reload 15 minutes away, and start heading home. I guess I see why he wanted it delivered enclosed. Currently on a dirt road for 3 miles. Just about as rough as the main road though, so I guess that's one thing we got going for us. That's an odd place to leave your skid loader. Wonder how he plans on getting that off the ground. Someone's gonna have to unload the whole skid loader, use it to pick up the trailer because they don't have a jack underneath of it. That's a bad day. Man, I am really starting to think that I need some more trailers. This isn't even all of them. So we are unhooking the enclosed and we're gonna hook up to the flatbed. We deliver this load that we picked up a day or 2 ago, and that goes to Albany, New York. We just got back from Ann Arbor, Michigan. So just moving around, trying to get things done. So we'll get this unhooked, get that hooked up, and actually today's Wednesday. I'm gonna go spend probably 4 or 5 hours with my daughter, and then I gotta get back on the road.